Do you remember when you was a kid in school? Do you remember learning your alphabet and stuff? I did also, but I didn't learn from A to Z. I learned mine totally backwards, from Z to A. Boy, that surprised the daylights on my teachers also.
The people that we serve have an array of disabilities, but they really are more, they have so much more as an ability.
It used to be years ago when people were born with a disability, they were put in an institution. And then even as they grew from that, even when kids started being integrated more in schools, well then it was as soon as they graduate, they go into a workshop. So now we're really working towards helping people know, starting early on through their teenage years, that there's other options out there.
Biggest thing that we do is build the service plans.
We help people realize their abilities, define their goals, and reach them. When you ask someone, what do you dream of? They want to get married, they want to have a car, they want to live on their own, they want to have a job.
And we actually go through those wants, those needs, those ambitions, those dreams, and we incorporate those into the services and outcomes in that service plan.
Like the caseworkers like Jenny and Judy and them, they're there to help us with whatever we need help with.
The biggest goal for the individuals is to be as independent as possible.
Like with me, I once lived in a group home, but now I live in my own apartment. It makes me feel really good to live by myself. And I'm telling you what, I really value my apartment a whole lot.
Often people, when they get out of school or once they reach adulthood, that one of the things they want to do is get a job. So we at the DD are helping to find as many resources as we can for those people.
So that they can have a sense of self and not something that they have to learn to live within, but living because that's how they want to live their life.
They helped me sit down and look at options of me, what kind of jobs I wanted, and they were talking about the cross guard job being open, and I jumped at it immediately.
I'm working like part-time at Kroger's, helping people bag groceries and stuff.
Usually when I ask people, why do you want to work? Their first response is not money. Other people around them expect their first response to be, I want to make money. But it's not always about money. It's, I want to belong. I want to be a part of my community. I want to feel proud of what I do. I want something to do during the day.
If you have a job, you feel like you're doing something instead of being always dependent on other people. It makes me feel good when I've done something for myself.
So over at the Board of DD, we have many programs for the adults, but we also start out at the bottom with our babies from birth to 3. So we go and we help families to advocate for their children, to be able to find the resources and do the things that they need to do to help their children to grow and develop into the wonderful adults who then are out in our communities and serving others. We do our work out in the homes because that is the natural environment of the child, and that is where the children are feel most comfortable. So we do not have the children come to us, we go to them. And we're helping families to advocate for their children so that they can be these fine adults out in our community in the future.
I would never guess I would ever be working with what I love to do. Just because we may look different, we may talk different, we may even yell, we are still people that have feeling like normal people. So that's where I want to progress in.
Interact with our individuals. They're awesome people. I always tell people that I will learn far more from the people I serve than they'll ever learn from me. because it's me who has to learn to think differently. It's me who has to learn to understand, to listen.
I think sometimes employers and community members underestimate people that we work with, worrying that they might make a mistake or they might not be reliable. But also I think it goes to the fear of the unknown. I'm not sure about that. That disability looks different to me. That person talks different or sounds differently to me or walks differently. How will they fit in with my business? And so sometimes if we could encourage employers to not be afraid of the unknown, just to look past the disability, listen to the person, talk to the person, meet them, get to know who they really are, you might find that they fit right in with your agency and you might learn a thing or two from them.
And if you give them a chance to get to know them, to work with them, to be friends with them, you are going to discover that they are very loving, kind, giving, ambitious people. And there's definitely no reason to be afraid of anyone that we serve.
I just want to get the message out that we need to have more understanding of who we are.
People with disabilities are much more than what anybody understands. They have people with disabilities are some of the best people that you ever need to meet. They're real caring, and they have neat personalities too.
We help people realize their abilities, define their goals, and reach them.
Just like a good family, you know what I mean?